Dear friends, welcome to another new video. In this video, we will talk about the 5 richest countries and tell you how you can live there. So without wasting time, let's do started. Number 5. Switzerland. Switzerland is well known for its picturesque mountain villages, world-class skiing, and delicious chocolate. But it's also one of the richest countries in the world, coming in 5th on the list of highest GDP per capita. So why is this tiny alpine nation so rich? Well, for starters, the Swiss economy is highly diversified, with strong sectors in finance, banking, healthcare, and manufacturing. The Swiss also have a long history of political stability and neutrality, making Switzerland an attractive destination for both businesses and individuals wishing to avoid conflict. What's more, doing business is easy in Switzerland, with its low corporate tax rate and efficient infrastructure. Now let's talk about how to live there. Switzerland is unique in Europe because it's neither a member of the EU or the E. But Swiss citizens still have the same freedom of movement rights throughout Europe. Also, EU, EEA citizens can move freely to Switzerland. Non-EU citizens are subject to different rules to live in Switzerland, including visas and residency permits. Swiss citizenship is one of the best, but most difficult citizenships in the world to get as a foreigner. Number 4. Qatar. 2022's World Cup host Qatar is also the 4th richest country in the world. Qatar's riches mainly come from its large reserves of oil and gas. The country has the 3rd largest reserves of natural gas in the world. It's also a major producer of oil. Qatar exports both oil and gas to other countries, which provides a significant source of income. What's more, the Qatari government has invested heavily in education and healthcare, creating a highly skilled workforce. Qatar's government also provides generous subsidies and benefits for citizens, further boosting the high standard of living. Qatar also has a small population compared to other countries, so its wealth is distributed among fewer people. How to live there? If you want to live in Qatar as a foreigner, you'll need to find a job with a local employer and get them to sponsor your residence permit. Qatar is also one of the hardest countries in the world. To get citizenship, you'll need at least 25 years residency, good Arabic language skills, proof of good conduct, and proof of sufficient financial means to earn your living. Plus, you'll also have to convert to Islam and give up your original passport. Qatar doesn't recognize dual citizenship. Number 3. Ireland. In recent years, the Irish government has invested heavily in education, producing a highly skilled, university-educated workforce with a commitment to innovation. Over 2/3 of the Irish population, aged 15 to 64, have completed upper secondary education. Almost a quarter have tertiary qualifications. The resulting pool of highly qualified workers is great for businesses in many industries. What's more, Ireland has been extremely successful in attracting foreign investment. It attracts multinational corporations such as Microsoft, Apple, and Facebook. With low corporate tax rates and pro-business policies, Ireland benefits from strong trade ties with other countries, including the United States and the EU countries. It's also one of the world's leading exporters in agriculture, food and drink, pharmaceuticals, chemicals, machinery, and software sectors. British citizens can easily move to Ireland because of common travel area rights, as Ireland is an EU member state. Citizens of any EU/EEA country or Switzerland can also move there freely. All other nationalities will need a residency permit, typically granted through work or study. Ireland has an investor residency program starting at €1 million. There's also a special program for foreign entrepreneurs, called the Startup Entrepreneur Program. Any nationality can apply for Irish citizenship, which is also EU citizenship after living in the country for a minimum of 5 years. Number 2. Singapore. According to the IMF, Singapore is the 2nd richest country in the world in terms of GDP per capita. This is due to Singapore's highly developed free market economy, low levels of corruption, and a business-friendly environment. Since gaining independence in 1965, Singapore has worked hard to attract foreign investment and promote growth, using smart policies such as tax incentives. The tiny city-state also has a thriving manufacturing sector that produces electronic components and pharmaceuticals, as well as a robust financial services industry. Singapore benefits from its strategic location, serving as a major hub for trade and travel in Southeast Asia. Its port is one of the busiest in the world, handling billions of dollars worth of trade each year. How to live there? In keeping with its progressive image, Singapore runs several different immigration schemes for foreigners. Employment Pass Work Permit requires a job and sponsorship with a Singaporean company. Personalized Employment Pass (PEP), a special work permit that's not tied to one specific employer. S-Pass scheme for mid-level technical employees. Global Investor Program, fast-track route to permanent resident status in return for an investment in the country. Number 1. Luxembourg. Tiny Luxembourg is the wealthiest country in the world in terms of GDP per capita. In the heart of Europe, Luxembourg offers easy access to markets throughout the region. It's also an ideal hub for many transcontinental transport routes, including rail lines, roads, and maritime shipping routes despite being landlocked. Strong economic policies in Luxembourg promote business development and foreign investment. There are tax incentives for foreign companies and streamlined immigration procedures for their workers. Luxembourg has a highly skilled and educated workforce. Over half the population holds a bachelor's degree or higher. That's why so many businesses have set up shop in Luxembourg, bolstering its economic growth and contributing to its high GDP per capita. How to live there? Luxembourg is an EU member state, so any EUDEA or Swiss citizen can live freely without a visa. Non-EU citizens will need a residence permit, either from work, study, proof of independent means, or investing a minimum of 500,000 euros in Luxembourg. If you're seeking EU citizenship, then Luxembourg is a good choice. You can apply for Luxembourg citizenship after just 5 years of residency. What's more, you can keep your original nationality, as Luxembourg recognizes dual citizenship.